All right, everybody, let's get started. So let's start feet hip distance apart and taking a big breath in. And exhale. Just imagine letting go of the day and taking a big breath in. And exhale. And one more. And exhale. Reaching arms out to the sides. We are going to come into windmill, so reaching to the right. Exhale through center. Coming over to the left. And up and reach. Exhale through center. To the side. And up and two more. And one more. And reverse the opposite way, reach. Exhaling through center, to the side, and up, and reach. Exhaling through center, side, and up, and one more. And up, coming all the way up, and bringing shoulders up, big breath in, and exhale, rolling them back. Let's just do two more. And last one. Lifting tailbone, lifting chest. And on your exhale, tucking pelvis, really pulling up through the pelvic floor, bringing it into that lotus cup. And inhale, reaching up. And exhale, curl. And inhaling, lift. And exhale, curl. And inhaling, lift. And exhale, curl. And inhaling, lift. And exhale, curl. And inhale, lift. One more. And up. Coming all the way up, we are going to start just basic sun salutations. So taking a big breath in. If it feels okay to allow the back to reach back, please do, making sure abs are tight just to protect our spine. Inhaling for what we call a halfway lift, nice flat back, feeling heart rise. Exhale, bringing hands towards the ground, relaxing head, soften your knees, and let's come all the way back up. Exhale, bringing hands to heart, hands to side, and reaching up again. Big breath in. And exhale, diving all the way down. Inhaling for a halfway lift. Exhale, relaxing down, soften knees, and slowly coming all the way up. Exhale, bringing hands to heart, hands to side, one more. And exhale, diving down. Inhaling for a halfway lift. Exhale, relaxing down, soften, and slowly finding your way all the way up. Exhale, bringing hands to heart, hands to side. This time we are going to add on, reaching up. Exhale, diving down. Inhaling for a halfway lift. Exhale, bringing hands onto the ground. Jump, step, or float. Feet back. Option one is downward dog. Option two, coming up into a high plank. Feeling free to bring knees down if you'd like. As we soften, coming down to what we call chaturanga, keeping elbows hugged in. Lifting chest either in cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, tuck your toes. Stretching back into downward dog. Feeling that engagement of your shoulders. Feeling your arms, nice wide spread fingers as we breathe. Feeling your thumbs and your pointer finger pressed into the ground. And coming up high onto the balls of the feet. And walking through your feet. Taking big breaths in. And big breath out. And very carefully softening both knees, looking past your hands. Jump, step, or float the feet forward. Inhaling for a halfway lift. Exhale, relaxing down. Soften your knees and slowly coming all the way up, getting a little bit of a chest extension. If it feels okay, exhale, bringing hands to heart. Hands to side and reach, coming up again. Exhale, bowing down. Inhaling for a halfway lift. Exhale, bringing hands onto the ground. Jump, step, or float. Coming back into plank. Coming all the way down. Feeling free to use your knees onto the ground if you'd like. Inhale, coming up into cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck your toes. And stretch back and breathe. And taking those nice deep breaths in. And deep breath out. If it feels okay, rooting into your right foot, picking up your left foot, flexing that left foot, and drawing circles with your heel. This can always be done on all fours in what we like to call tabletop, if this is challenging and not comfortable. That said, yoga is not always comfortable, but making sure it's not painful. And reverse those circles the opposite way. Reaching it back, taking a big breath in on the exhale, curl. And inhale, extending leg back. Exhale, curl. And inhale, reaching back. And exhale, curl. And one more. This time, let's step our left foot in between our thumbs. Bringing our back knee down. Front knee is directly over our ankle and reaching arms up. And taking nice big breaths in. And big breath out. 2 more big breaths. And opening chest all the way up to the sky. And on the exhale, bringing hands together. Option 1 is to take your right hand, reaching across into a twist. Option 2 is to take your right elbow across. And if this feels okay, you'd like a bit more, feel free to tuck your back toes and lift your back knee off the ground as we breathe into that twist. Taking nice deep breaths in and deep breath out. Seeing if we can open our heart just a bit more to that left side. And one more big breath on the exhale. Both hands on the ground. Extending left leg back. This time taking your left knee over towards your left upper arm. So gently transferring forward. And reach it back. And 2 more like this. And reach. 1 more, pretty please. And reach. This time, taking that left foot, stepping it onto the outside of that left pinky. Coming into a nice low lunge, bringing back knee down to the ground. Front knee is directly over your ankle as we breathe. Feeling that knee hugging in towards your shoulder in what we call lizard. Taking those big breaths in and big breath out. And 2 more big breaths. When you're ready, tucking your toes and very carefully reaching it down. And see if you can bend that left knee, stacking left hip on top of right hip. Breathing into the side body. Taking big breaths in and big breath out. Making sure those arms are engaged. 1 more big breath, slowly unstack, reaching leg up. We are going to take our left knee over towards right upper arm, taking a big breath in on the exhale, taking knee in. And inhale as we reach back. Exhaling knee. And reach. One more. Knee. And reach. This time taking left knee behind left wrist. Coming into what we call pigeon. So softening that front knee. Feeling free to flex that front foot if you'd like. Getting a little bit deeper into this stretch. And if it feels okay, seeing if we can square our hips and start to come down a little deeper. As we take our big breaths in and deep breath out. And one more big breath on the exhale, walking our hands back up, tucking our toes. When you're ready, sweep stacking hip again and breathe, taking nice deep breaths in and deep breath out. For those of you who can do half wheel, if and only if you feel warm enough at this stage, feeling free to come into it. Taking nice big breaths in and big breath out, slowly unstack, planting both feet onto the ground. And breathe. Option one is staying here in downward dog. Option two is coming forward into high plank. Soften your elbows, bringing it down through chaturanga, lifting heart. Upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck your toes. Stretching back and coming forward again. High plank. Down through chaturanga. Inhale, scooping up into upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck toes. Reaching it back. One more. Coming back up, high plank. Down. Inhale, scooping hard up. Exhale, tuck toes. And reach back. When you're ready, picking up our right foot, flexing foot. Big circles. Checking your hands, making sure they're nicely widespread, which will protect your wrists. Feeling the engagement of the arms. If this is ever too intense, you can always come down onto your forearms. And reverse the other way. And reaching it back, big breath in on the exhale, taking knee to forehead. Inhaling, extend back, and exhale, knee to forehead. Inhaling, reach back. Exhaling, knee to forehead. Reaching back this time, stepping foot in between hands, and taking back knee down. Front knee is directly over ankle, extending arms up, and breathe. Feeling our inner thighs pulling towards each other. Feeling the crown of the head reaching up to the sky. Taking those big breaths in and big breath out. And very carefully opening up chest to the sky. And exhale, bringing hands towards each other. Leaning forward, option one is taking left hand over towards that right side. Option two, taking left elbow, bringing it into that twist. And feeling free if you'd like to tuck your back toes, opening up chest to the side. Really breathing, seeing if you can allow your front toes to relax as we take those big breaths in and big breath out. One more big breath on the exhale, slowly unwrap, bringing hands to the ground, sweeping that right leg back, bending knee, stacking hip, taking those big breaths in and big breath out. And slowly unstack, reaching back, leg back, and on the exhale, taking knee to forehead. Inhaling, reach back. Exhaling, knee to forehead. Inhaling, reach back. Exhaling, knee to forehead. Inhaling, reach back. This time, taking that knee over to the right upper arm and reach back. And knee, right upper arm. Inhale, reach back. One more. And reach back. This time, bringing it into lizard. Stepping a foot just the outside and breathe. Feeling free if you'd like to take your back knee down, hugging that right knee in towards your shoulder as we breathe. Feeling free to come down onto your forearms. Taking nice deep breaths in and deep breath out. And one more big breath whenever you're ready, tucking back toes, slowly coming back, bending knees, stacking hips. And one more breath. Reaching like that, taking a big breath in on the exhale, taking right knee over towards left upper arm. And inhale, reaching back, really hollowing belly, really engaging our core. One more. And reach, taking right knee behind, right wrist coming into what we call pigeon. Option one, you can always bend the back knee where you sit onto your right cheek. Option two is to square the hips as we start to inch that right foot forward. And if it feels okay, coming all the way down. Taking those nice deep breaths in and deep breath out. And two more big breaths. And slowly walking hands back up, tucking toes whenever you're ready. Coming back into a three-legged downward dog. Bending knees, stacking hip, making sure we are equal on both hands. It's natural to want to dump into that left hand. If this feels okay and a rock star or a half wheel is in your practice, feel free to come into it. And slowly unstack, placing both feet back onto the ground, bending into your knees, looking past your hands, jump, step, or float feet forward. Inhaling for a halfway lift. Exhale, relaxing down, soften your knees, slowly coming all the way up to standing. Exhale, bringing hands to heart, and hands to side. And very carefully taking a big breath in, reaching up. Exhale, bowing forward. Inhaling for a halfway lift. Exhale, bringing hands onto the ground, jump, step, or float feet back into plank. And coming down through chaturanga. Scooping hard up into upward facing dog. Tucking toes. Stretching back into downward facing dog, picking up left foot. Taking a big breath in on the exhale, taking knee to forehead. Inhaling, reach back. Exhaling, knee to forehead. Feel that squeeze in the glutes as we reach back. One more. And reach. Taking that left knee over the left upper arm. Reaching it forward. Inhale, reach back. And knee forward. Inhale, reach back. One more. Inhaling, reach back and taking it and crossing over to the right. And reach back. And twist. And reach back. One more. And reach back, this time stepping foot in between hands, planting it onto the ground. That's very carefully come all the way up into a high lunge. So pelvis is facing forward. Option one is to feel your back toes facing forward towards the front of the mat, or turning it towards that right corner. Really breathe. One more big breath. When you're ready, straightening your front leg, bringing back foot on the ground, pelvis is facing forward, taking your hands behind, interlace, shoulders back, and reaching chest forward as the hips reach back. Allowing your head to stay in alignment with your spine by keeping chin slightly tucked, but nice long neck. And one more big breath on the inhale, coming all the way up, and soften, reaching arms up again. Taking big breaths in, and big breath out. We are going to come into a standing split. So option one, if you need to hold on to a wall or you have yoga blocks, feeling free to grab. If you are able to reach the floor and pick up the back foot, please do. And feeling your chest reaching towards your shin. Feeling head dropping down, squaring the hips, and allowing that back leg to reach towards the ceiling. If it's possible to take your hands to wrap around your shin or your ankle, please do. And one more big breath, bringing both feet, both hands to the ground, reaching that right leg back. On the exhale, bending back knee, reach it towards your head. And inhale, reach back, and knee forward. Inhale, reach back. Exhaling, knee forward. Inhale, reach back. Exhaling, knee forward. Two more. And last one. Reaching leg back on the exhale, bending both knees, both supporting and taking back leg in. And extend back and soften. It's almost like your knees are making a diamond shape as we reach. Bend and extend. One more. And step it back when you're ready into downward facing dog. Staying here if you'd like, or coming up into a high plank, down through chaturanga. Inhale, scooping hard up into upward facing dog. Exhale, touch your toes. Stretching back into downward dog, coming back up high plank. Down through chaturanga. Scooping hard up into upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck back. One more. And reach. And tuck. And extend when you're ready, picking up. Back foot, taking a big breath in on the exhale, knee to forehead. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to forehead. And reach. One more. Taking left or right knee over towards right upper arm. And reach back. And reach, really let your chest come forward too. And reach. One more. And reach, taking it across the left upper arm. Reach. And up. And reach. And up. One more. And up. This time stepping right foot through. Coming all the way up. Really breathe. Feeling that front knee directly over ankle. Is anybody else shaking, or is it just me? First class back. Really breathe. Taking nice big breaths in. And big breath out. Two more. slowly circle wrists, taking hands back, shoulders back, straighten front knee, square the hips. And whenever you're ready, reaching hips back, chest forward, coming into a pyramid. And on the inhalation, slowly coming back up, softening into front knee again, feeling the arms float up. Taking nice deep breaths in and deep breath out. And when you're ready, slowly bringing hands down, prepping for coming into standing splits. Reaching back, leg back, feeling chest dropping, feeling head reaching towards the top of the foot. And if it feels okay to take your hands to gently wrap around the shin, please, please, please do. Taking big breaths in and big breath out. And when you're ready, taking that back leg on the exhale, taking knee to forehead. Inhale, extend back. Exhaling, knee to forehead. Inhale, reach back. Exhaling, knee to forehead. Reaching back. And knee to forehead. Reach back. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Reaching it back. Soften both knees and extend. And soften. And extend. And soften. And extend. 1 more. Soften. And extend. Stepping it all the way back into downward facing dog. Walking through the feet. And when you're ready, softening both knees, looking past your hands, jump, step, or float, feet forward. Inhaling for a halfway lift. Exhale, relaxing down, soften your knees, and slowly finding your way all the way up. Exhale, bringing hands to hearts and hands to sides. When you're ready, soften your knees, feet hip distance apart, coming into what we call chair. So allow your hips to really reach back. If you look down, you should be able to see all 10 toes. Really breathe. Taking those big breaths in and big breath out. Seeing if you can reach your hips just a little further back. Belly button in to make sure we don't hyperextend the spine. And 1 more big breath on the exhale, coming all the way down. Inhaling for a halfway lift. Exhale, bringing hands onto the ground. Jump, step, or float feet back into plank. This time we are going to transfer right hand or right elbow coming into a side plank. So option 1 is bottom knee comes down, really lengthen torso. Option 2, top leg comes over. 3, stack. 4, 5, I don't know if I can, oh, I can do today, is bringing it into a star. One more big breath. On the exhale, switching to the opposite side. Find that foundation first. Hand or elbow directly under shoulder. And breathe, seeing which variation feels best to you today. And slowly coming back to center, coming all the way down. Inhaling, lifting heart. Exhale, tuck toes. Stretching back and breathe, staying in downward dog as we walk through the feet. And when you're ready, picking up your right foot, we're going to step right foot in between our thumbs. Step it forward, turning out your back foot. So opening up your hips and back foot to the left side. And bringing it as we look forward into Warrior Two. Extending right arm forward, left arm back, and breathe. Taking big breaths in and big breath out. And when you're ready, straightening front knee, reaching hip back, extending our back arm to the sky, bringing it into what we call triangle, trying to keep top shoulder over bottom shoulder as we breathe. Taking those big breaths in and big breath out. And on the inhale, slowly coming back up, soften into front knee, turning up front palm and reaching to the sky. Taking nice deep breaths in and deep breath out. And very carefully taking both arms behind your back, shoulders back, bringing it into Humble Warrior. So with a flat back, reaching your torso towards the inside of that front thigh, breathing long spine, belly button in, and still breathing. Breathing deeply into that hip crease, making sure front knee is directly over ankle. And one more big breath, slowly finding our way back up. Pivot your feet so it's facing towards the corners. Soften into the knees and taking elbows in, really breathing in goddess. Taking those big breaths in and big breath out. Getting a nice crease in the hips. And whenever you're ready, turning toes forward, bringing it into a forward fold, feeling your head reaching towards the ground, feeling hips reaching up to the sky. For those of you, if headstand is in your practice and you have no neck injuries and this is something you do regularly and you'd like to go up, please do. Otherwise, feeling that stretch up the backs of the legs. And I do not recommend trying this unless you've got a spotter. Really breathe. If it's not part of your regular practice. And one more big breath whenever you're ready. Slowly finding your way all the way up. Let's turn those right toes forward again, bringing back leg forward and breathe. Taking those nice deep breaths in and deep breath out. And two more. Nice big breaths in and big breath out. And one more. And exhale. Whenever you're ready, bringing your right foot back. I'm just going to turn around so you can see me. And gently stepping right foot back. Opening up the hips to that right side. Front knee is directly over ankle. Taking that bow and arrow and shooting. And breathe. Taking nice deep breaths in. And deep breath out. And when you're ready, very carefully straightening front knee, reaching hips back, taking back arm up into triangle as we reach towards the sky. Really breathing belly button in, feeling that stretch, especially through the side body and the obliques. Taking nice big breaths in as we make sure our top shoulder is stacked over bottom shoulder. And one more big breath on the inhalation, slowly coming back up and soften. Whenever you're ready, very carefully taking it into our Exalted Warrior. Reaching arm up to the sky, pulling up through pelvic floor, feeling chest extension. And slowly taking arms behind back, shoulders back, very carefully allowing chest to bow forward. And slowly finding our way all the way up, turning toes out again, softening knees, woo, and coming into Goddess as your teacher almost falls over. Taking big breaths in and big breath out. And seeing if you can get a little bit deeper into that shape. And slowly straighten, turning toes forward and coming down into a forward fold again. Feeling head reaching towards the ground. Taking those big breaths in as we reach our hips up to the sky. And big breath out. And one more big breath. On the inhalation, slowly coming back up, and that's heel toe, our feet back together. When you're ready, let's slowly find your way down towards the ground. So feet about hip distance apart, and gently soften into your hips, taking those big breaths in and big breath out, seeing if we can lengthen, rolling shoulders back. So this is option one. If this is too intense, you can always bring your seat all the way down to the ground and gently use your elbows to gently press the thighs, making sure it's on the thighs, not on the knees. Back so you get a stretch. And one more big breath. For those of you in a traditional masala, if you want to bring your hands to the ground, coming back into a forward fold, please do. For those of you on the ground, you may want to just reach the legs forward. Otherwise, if you're in classic, you can straighten your legs, reaching hips up to the sky. And slowly, let's find our way back down to the ground. We're going to start to slow things down as we come into our final resting pose today. So in a moment, we are going to come into Shavasana, which is one of those amazing poses, which it actually gives you all the benefits from yoga. It's one that we do every day, right before bed. It's a good one to allow yourself to enjoy the benefits of all the work you've done from all the stretching, working through the energetic meridians of the body too. Opening arms out to the side and very carefully allow the knees just to melt from side to side. And whenever you're ready, coming back to center, reaching fingers and toes to opposite ends to yawn and stretch. And slowly allowing your arms to melt down to your sides, turning palms up to receive energy or turning palms down to ground. And if it feels okay, to just be really aware of the earth and seeing if we can relax anything, any muscles we don't need to hold this shape. And if it feels okay, softening your gaze or feeling free to soften or close your eyes, feeling your top lashes resting on bottom lashes. And if you fall asleep, that's okay. It means your body needs it. Seeing if we can clear any thoughts from our mind and just focusing on our breath. Sometimes the sound of the breath sounds like waves. feeling yourself, taking a nice deep breath in and exhale. Starting to feel movement returning to fingers, toes, hands, and feet. If you'd like to reach your arms above your head to yawn and stretch, please do. Feeling fresh, cool air coming in, warm air coming out. And softening your knees and very carefully rolling to your right side and taking some big breaths, breathing in through the back of the heart. And using your hands to guide you, slowly making your way back up to a tall seat. And just checking in with yourself, taking some nice, deep cleansing breaths in and out. And when you're ready, reaching your arms up to the sky, taking a big breath in, and on the exhale, bowing to thank yourself. And I thank you too. Namaste, everyone.